It's like a couple of bags of fertilizer, actually. It's that good. Yeah, boy, yeah. Go on. You're not great at wrestling sheep, but you do a damn good Christmas tree. I give you that much. So this is Meg. Welcome back. Today we are getting some lime put out on the fields. Lime is basically calcium carbonate. It lowers the pH in the ground, something that builds up over time. On permanent grassland, the pH can get a little bit too high and the grass growth reduces. So by spreading this lime or calcium carbonate on the fields, it reduces that pH and improves the soil health, and when the pH is right, the grass grows better, is the long and short of it. So about 2 tonnes to the acre I'm spreading here. Most lime is generally quite white, but this comes from a quarry down the road and it looks like sand, but I've used it before and very good results. It's in the spring I really see the benefits where the grass grows really well. It's like a couple of bags of fertilizer, actually. It's that good. Since I started farming 10 years ago, I've done a bit of soil sampling and discovered that my pH, there was no lime spread in the farm in 30 years or so, so the pH was way off where it should be. I'll see if I can find some of the old soil results, but I know that the field we're standing in now, I think the results said I needed 16 tonnes of lime per hectare. Now the problem with lime is if you put too much on at one time, it will make the top inch or so off the ground almost like putty. It gets really sticky and difficult. So I think the secret is 2 to 2.5 tonne maximum of lime in any one application. So the way I've been doing it is I put on 2.5 tonne, left it for a couple of years, put on 2.5 tonne, left it for a couple of years, and now we're back here at the 2.5 tonne. So hopefully this application will bring it right up to where it needs to be. But the ground has definitely improved. These fields, you wouldn't recognise them. 10 years ago they were just a mass of rushes and wet and tramped with cattle, but since I got the sheep and no cattle and really no machinery, well, apart from this, the ground has dried up considerably and the grass is growing really well. Ground conditions have deteriorated something serious here, and the lads actually got stuck up the back. It's a bit of a mess here. Down at the bottom of one of the fields, it actually runs down to bog. You'll see where these trees are planted in the background. It's pure bog. So underneath the sod or the surface of the grass is just pure black peat that was drained at one stage. And you see the machine has gone down here and he's quite badly stuck. He drafts in a contractor here with a 6 tonne track machine. The problem is he's so much weight on the lime spreader. Paddy's the contractor here. We'll have a bit of a chat with him later, but when I was talking to him, he said that the phone distracted him. He had a big load on and he probably shouldn't have went down into that wet spot and just broke the sod, and the weight of the lime spreader just went down and he hadn't enough traction to pull himself out. So you see the digger here, he's unloading the lime from the spreader. He could have up to 5 tonne in the spreader here, and it's just too heavy to try and get out of the wet spot. So the lads just hook a chain up to the back of the lime spreader here and try and give it a bit of a lift. You'll just see the 4-wheel spinning on the tractor. It looks like the lime spreader is just about to lift, but it's just not able to get moving. Battery actually goes dead on the drone, or it's heading for dead, so I had to shoot home, change the battery, but by the time I got back down, just caught them pulling the last little bit out. But this little track machine, skid steer, super machine for loading here. Stick it on the front here, bit of pulling force with it. They made very good work to get it out, in fairness. It is difficult conditions. I'll tell you one thing, they'd give Heavy D Sparks a run for his money. Actually watch Heavy D sometimes, he's some really good videos of taking out big machines. So the boys, Paddy and the boys, would give him a good run for his money. They've done very well to get him out because it's tricky conditions down here. Bit of a mess, but look, we'll get it tidied up again. It is what it is, we can't change that now. But they're going to leave it for a few days here. Let it soak, let it dry out a bit. I'm just here with my lime spreader, Mr. Paddy Cube. You have a good operation here at the lime.
Not so bad, sure.
You've been coming here for a lot of years now. You came with a 290 and a 165 when you started.
168, aye.
A 168, aye, that's right, yeah.
That's right.
With a back trip loader. I think I have a couple of photographs of that. I'll give you a look at that. That was, she was internationally famous, that outfit, at one stage. Yeah, you've upgraded. You're into a 6000 series here.
Just a bit of an upgrade.
Same lime spreader.
Aye.
Yeah, and the wee skids here.
And the ground drive.
Yeah, very good, very good. You ran into a bit of bother up here, but no bother, you got her out.
We got out.
Yeah.
There's a man come with it, didn't we?
Yeah, the wee digger on the job, yeah. You made good work to get it out.
We did.
It just shows the difficult land conditions we're dealing with here in Carmen. Yeah, no, fair play to you. Good man, good man.
That's it, yeah.
Well, thanks for spreading the lime, and so we'll chat to you again.
Right.
Good man.
Man, David.
Now, the men have just got the machine out. The digger's just heading. He's a contractor, he's just finished. He's loading up down here. So this is Paddy's operation now. 6465 Massey Ferguson with a pretty old lime spreader. He had that on his old 290 at one stage. But a good system, good operation, but ground conditions, it's been relentless rain for the last week, and I was trying to get my lime spread 3 or 4 weeks ago, but it was just really hard to get lime and to get the boys spreading. But look, it will be got done. It's a dry week next week, ground will soak a bit, but Paddy's old Land Rover as well, it's a pretty old machine, a 03, it's like my own machine. This is the spot that got stuck, and you'll see why. It is just pure bog, absolutely pure bog, black. You could cut turf off this, but you can see why. Next door is trees, forestry, scrub. It's just not viable land for agriculture, we'll call it. And I suppose this is just the marginal part of my ground here that my father would have reclaimed. So this kind of run down into the bog, and look, it's good for growing grass but not good for carrying machinery. And I suppose, as Paddy said, the live man, he got a bit distracted with the phone and just got a bit sidetracked. But look, it's not major. I'm not too worried about this. This ground will level up. Whatever's in this real marshy heavy ground, when it gets enough rain over the winter and the sheep pattern over it, it's inclined to level out, not be too bad. I'm not too worried about it. So a little bit of a mess here after the lime job, but not too bad. We'll get that tidied up. Lovely massy up. Lovely little rig there. But a bit of a mess here, but not too bad. Look, I've seen the ground more damaged, but what can we do? So that's it on this job. We'll catch up with you on the next one.
Hello. Hello.
Now, Noah, what are you up to? You feeding the lambs?
Yeah, Bunny.
Noah's just looking after a few lambs we're fattening in the shed here. How's that going? Goodbye. Yeah, Ada's on the job too. Ada, that's the girl. Ada's feeding away. Yeah, these lads are factory fit. Oh, on the ground, on the price of it. How's that going now? Fine. Is he fat? Is he fat enough to kill that lad? That's the boy. That's the boy. Now, we're on to another job here. Myself and Noah and Ada are going to change raddles on rams. Now, it's coming up to lunchtime, so I'm not sure if this crew will still be here, but
I'm putting up the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, Enya's in putting up the Christmas tree with Mammy. That's a big stroke of work on today. So Orla likes to put a little bit of effort into the tree. She's just working on that. And Enya would rather stay indoors with Mammy on that job. So Ada and Noah are just out giving me a hand here. We're going to get some, they're just feeding ram lambs here. We're going to get some yos and rams in next. We have to mix a bit of raddle powder here first. We're going to change to orange today. It's exactly 14 days since we let all the rams out with the yellows. So we'll see how many are tipped. I'm sure quite a few of them are now at this stage. Now, so I actually put way too much oil in this, but we've 8 rams to top up, so it's going to take quite a bit. But most of the ewes are tipped now, so it shouldn't take too much more colour to get them all done. Hey Noah! You see what Daddy's doing? You want more nuts? Go down, Eddie, get you more nuts there. Goodbye. Hi! Oh, you're a great boy. You'd love to get plastered and that stuff, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's messy work, isn't it? Yeah. Very messy work. Now, it's a little bit more powder there.
Louis!
Yeah.
Louis!
I know it's messy, let Daddy do it. Hey, no.
Louis!
Bring Noah down and feed them lambs, okay?
Yeah. Louis!
Now, there we go. Lovely job. All mixed. Rams next. Away. Now, I'll just get the first batch in here. Steady, Meg, steady. Away. Good dog. So, this is Meg. She's just helped me get these in. She is a dog you might have seen in another video. Very new addition to the team. I said I'd tell you about her again. So, she is in training, I suppose. Well, not enough training is the simple answer to that. It's very hard to get time to get everything done. I suppose the secret to having a good dog is work, time and training, and unfortunately she's not getting enough of it. But she is a good little dog. She's a lovely dog. She actually came from County Loud. So this is Meg. So she's a lovely natured dog, but showing a bit of potential. Pretty happy with her. Probably hasn't the power that the other dog that I would have mentioned before has. Meg, she's just a powerhouse, but extremely hard to control. Come on, in you go. That's the problem I'm having with her. Come on, in you go. Shh. Good dog, Meg. Good dog. Good dog. Away. Away. Good dog. Come on, bring her on. Good dog. Good dog. So, I can see potential in her. Ada and Noah are going into the house. We're just after lunch and the main man has arrived. Robbie, you were away?
I was away. One night stand, don't tell Siobhan.
Yeah. Well, no, he's joking. He was away.
I am joking.
He was away with the Cajun Queen. But with the raddle here. Maybe we'd want to raddle you as well.
Well,
but
if that helps,
you're well rested, aren't you?
Well, I don't know about well rested.
Yeah.
But got to know and respect
yeah.
it, you know.
You got away for a break, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're just after running our first batch in here. We are topping up raddles here. So Robbie's arrived at the right time to give me a hand. The junior crew pulled the plug, so the senior crew has arrived now to take up the slack.
It's a night time shift.
Yeah, all reliable here. So we shall get, this boy is pretty flighty. We're going to get him into the headstock here, and because I don't really fancy holding him. We're doing it in the old pen here because it's easier than running everything back to the shed, because I'm still trying to keep all the batches separate. So just have to try and catch him here. That's the next job. Now, something I discovered kind of by accident was trying to bring the headstock up with me, and it was kind of falling over, all over the place. But it actually clamps to the front frame on the bike, which is very handy here. And you see it just kind of bolts to the side of the rack on the front of it. It's pretty handy. It's pretty handy. So we get it clamped on the gear here. That's it. Now try and catch this boy, Robbie.
Well, we flew over again and
we
pulled him into the car.
Where is he now? Oh, there he is. Now, so you'll actually see most of these sheep have been tipped. There's one that probably hasn't. Another one there maybe that hasn't. There's the big boy himself. He is looking pretty fit. But pretty much the rest of them, the yellow's getting faint now, so we're a full 2 weeks away. There's another one there, probably hasn't been tipped yet. But we are 14 days since the rams went out. I normally would have changed them every 17 days, but advice from somebody was 14 days. Somebody in the comments actually, and emailed me, thank you very much. I think it was Pat, I'm not sure about that, but I think it was a man called Pat emailed me to say 14 days was a better time to change your raddle because you will catch any real early repeats. So the average gestation is 70, or the average cycle is 17 days, but some of them can be 13 or 14 days. So if you change your raddle at 17 days and have a short cycle, you will have a double marked yellow but not actually catch the repeat. So some of these sheep mightn't actually have cycled yet. Maybe that's why they're not marked. Now Robbie, look at the big boys here. I'll try and catch them here. Right, I'll just bring this case right here.
A little bit closer to the head.
Now, so we're on the orange, we're changing the colour to orange now. That means that we'll see if any of them are changed from yellow to orange with quite a few repeats. So if you had a load that were showing up as being marked the second time with orange, there's a problem with your ram. He's possibly infertile. So some people mentioned about just putting the raddle crayon on the brisket. There's actually no wool on, well, my breed of rams, there's no wool on the brisket at all. So I inclined to put the raddle a little bit higher up on their chest. That means that when the ram's coming back down off the yoke, they're actually getting marked then. Whereas if you put it on the brisket after a couple of yokes, it'll all be gone. It'll be gone off the ram altogether and you won't see if they're marked.
So I'm just rubbing it into the wool here. Try and get as much of it in as I can. Now, that's him done. Okay, we'll let him back out here.
This was actually a lad, I was a bit worried he'd tender foot. You might remember he was walking down towards the lane in the dark and he looked a little bit tender, but he's actually fine, his feet are fine. Ready there. There you go, he's ready to go. Back to work now. Come on, out you go. Come on. Wow!
That's a good sign, Robbie. They're good and healthy when you see that. Meg, here. Come on, Meg, here. That'll do. Here. Here, Meg, here. Meg, here. Good job. Right, we'll bring the cord out here.
Now, this is the blue ram here. Pat. One sheep not tipped. Very thin. And I can actually see she has a problem with her mouth. You can see she's a bit of a swelling on her jaw. Something going on there with that sheep. There's another one not tipped here. A little bit lame. But pretty much everything else is tipped in this batch. Or served. And this one, that's the one that had the maggots. Very faint there. The raddle's starting to wear off. You'd see them fainter ones are usually the later marked ones. But we shall get them into the headlock here. So this is Pat. I seen him a few days ago and he looked a bit sore on the foot, but running in there he was fine. He's in good nick. He's fine. I think he's fine. But sore feet in a working ram can be a serious problem. And the infertility problems that I had 2 cases of a ram not working in the last 10 years. And both cases were pretty sore feet. One of them I was quite happy to get rid of. He wasn't a great ram. And the other one was the lad that died there. He had a sore foot working last year. And quite a few singles in his batch. And I know the ram doesn't dictate the number of lambs, but reduced fertility, I'm pretty sure, can have an effect on it. That's what Porrick, my scanner man, reckoned anyway. He seemed to think that if he was kind of sub-fertile, even though there could be 2 or 3 eggs released, only one of them might get fertilised. So look, I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts on that yourself. Anyway, we'll get this lad topped up here. So you'll see pretty much all the yellow's gone now. It's pretty faint. It's all worn off now on the O's. But he's quite a few sheep served or mated with here. Now that's him done. Get this mucky glove off. That's him. Now let him out here. Out you go. Go on, go on. Out you go. Shh. Go on, out you go. Come on, Meg. Steady. Good dog. Come on, out you go. So, tin specimen there, not served. And another one here, a lame lady. Generally, don't have much feet issues, but there's one there with a sore foot. And somebody asked me in the comments after the last video, had I much trouble with lameness, and the answer is no. The last time I used my foot bath was for yos, was this from last year. I generally don't do it with feet. Thankfully, they're a good breed on the feet. I am blessed I don't get much foot rot in them. Now I did get caught a few years ago, and that was a nightmare. That's pretty much the reason why I own a foot bath, trying to get on top of foot issues. But we'll head off. I'll actually bring Meg out, show you Meg working here. I have the quad there, just try and save a bit of time. Might as well try and get the step count in. Meg, come on, let's go. So this is Meg. Come on. Here, Meg, here. So Meg's doing natural collie behaviour, trying to get round in front of the sheep. Here, Meg, here. Yeah. There we go, the boy is working already. So that's actually a repeat, I would guess, because she's already been marked yellow, and quite a heavy mark of yellow. So she would have been one of the early ones. Away, away, good dog, Meg, away, away, walk on. Here, good dog, walk on, good dog. So, I think I mentioned before Roscommon, or maybe Tullamore Show, I'm not sure which it was, some sheep broke out of the pens into the passageway, and I happened to have the little komatsu in the passageway, and some of them got underneath it. Well, a couple of these have just done the same thing. That's what my show sheep looked like, heading for one of the shows. There's another one there. That's where they get in under the greasy track machine. Quite a mess. This is the big green lad here. Come on, out you go. There he is. We'll get him curtailed now. I'm pretty sure all of these have been covered. There's none that haven't a mark on them of some description. Getting pretty faint there. That one there is pretty faint. Another one there. But every one of them has been marked. This boy's mad to go. We'll just let him out here. On you go. That's the bite. Yep. Come on, Meg. Bring them on. Come on. That's it. Okay, Meg. Here, that'll do. Good dog. Yeah, if you want. So this is the ram I bought in Roscommon. You see the sticker's actually still in his back. He's pretty flighty, but he's been busy. But there's one of the sheep still here, the ones that came in for service. She is a repeat, oddly enough. But the rest of them have not been marked, so they've all held. But there is one repeat in it there. We'll see if we can catch this boy. He is flighty. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, boy, yeah. Go on. Whew. I got the sweat helping you. Right. Lovely job. How did that go, Robbie?
I put him in the field.
Use them in. Holy Robbie, you're just doing a very important job there. I'm not sure if you saw that on camera, but this headstock, I clamped it to that gate. As they say, assumptions are the mother of all
inventions.
No, ups, Robbie. Yeah, that's the mother of all. Well, it's the mother of all invention. We talked about that before, but it's also the mother of all. So what happened was, we had to take off that gate the time we were using the cotter crate around the corner here. We took off a nut here to take that gate off. I forgot to put the nut back on. So when the ram made a bit of a jump up, the gate came off, and lucky enough he didn't go too far. But Robbie's just standing on the gate here, stopping lifting it here. So I'll get the raddle on him quick here before he does make any funny manoeuvres. But I don't think he'll be able to lift you and the gate, Robbie.
Oh Jesus, if he starts to lift me, he'll never lift another one.
Right, right, we'll get this raddle on him here. So this lad wasn't overworked, he hasn't that many sheep. We'll just let him out here. Alright Robbie, you're safe to come down now. There we go. Good man. Come on Meg, into bed. Good dog. Right. I'm going to retire Meg for today and bring over reliable Pops. Just we're going over to this other bit of ground, and Pops is a better outrun. Meg just hasn't mastered that yet. Come on inside Pops. Good dog. She is mad to go. I think she's kind of molting. She's lost her shine a bit. But right, ready to roll Robbie?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just over on the ground here at Mother's place. We'll get this batch of sheep in. We'll work maybe telling you a bit of the past enterprise before I built my new shed. So it would be about 8 or 9 years ago when I was starting out lambing. I started really farming 10 years ago, actually 10 years ago this month. But when I started out lambing, which would have been a year or two later, I hadn't much space in the shed. I only had this 3-bay shed. I'll just give you a look at it here with sheep in it. So it was an old slatted shed that my father would have built. It's actually the lean-to off my workshop. And I used to change the raddle on the rams every 3 or 4 days. So Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. I used to change the raddle for the couple of cycles. And then I kind of knew which sheep were due. Within a few days of it, you'd be close enough with sheep, you wouldn't be too far away. But it used to give me an idea of what sheep to get indoors. So, different times. But look, it worked for my system. But back then, there was no real lambing pens. I used to use stock trailers, and I used to borrow calf hutches off some of the neighbours. And look, we had to start somewhere. I was back at the times of rusty gates and pallets. But then again, Rome wasn't built in a day. It was a bit like Orla's utility. So that's 4 rams down. We've 4 left to do over here on this block of ground. Come on Pops, away, away. We've 4 fields in a row here. There's one group, 1 here, 4 in a row. The furthest group is the group of hoggets with the ram from Ballymena. He will have been busy, I'm sure. He's running with almost 60 head. Robbie, go ahead! Come here, come here. I hope now these have made a bus for the gate pretty quick. I hope they haven't bet Robbie to it. Just about. I'm not sure. You're seeing Robbie covering ground there at high speed. Whew, that was close. You didn't get much of a warning there, Robbie.
I got none, I just looked at the gate.
I think we might have seen you moving at high speed there. Well, they shot straight for the gap. I think they knew where they were heading for.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get this lad doctored up here.
Put him in there.
I'd say that's the best spot there, is it? Most of these have been mated now, or tipped, or topped, or whatever you want to call it. Mark's getting pretty faint there, you'd see that. Shh, come on, here, come on. Shh. Come on. Shh. Come on. Shh. Come up. Now, this is the big ram with the purple disc. He's a lad you might often hear me talking about at lambing time. He's the easiest lambing ram I have. 1% lambing difficulty. Unbelievable. could almost guarantee, well, 1%, 1 out of 100 is all I have to handle at lambing time. So you'd be pretty confident when these sheep are lambing down. They're very easy lambs to slip out. And he's not a small sheep himself, he's a brute of a sheep. He's a big sheep, isn't he, Robbie?
He's a big bruiser.
He's a tank of a sheep. So let's see, lucky enough he's quiet. This is the lad I had in Dundalk. He's pretty quiet sheep, so let's see if I can get him into this headstock here. Come on. That's it. That's it. Out you go, you boy. Come on. Now back to work with that boy. That's the job. That's the first batch done. It's a couple of weeks ago since I recorded this. It's a strange year this year. This ground, this is drier ground than the home plate, but it is unbelievably dry. I could drive my Land Cruiser in here, no problem. Even the combo could handle in here. And this time of year, it is unusual. There's a downside to it. It's great, look, it's great to have a good back end of the year. We had a bad summer, very bad summer. Grass is probably growing better now in October and November than it did in May and June. But the downside to it is there's still quite a lot of cattle out. So all this woolly winter grass that cattle farmers, beef farmers and dairy farmers couldn't get off the ground is gone now. So my sheep, I'm probably going to struggle a bit for winter grazing now. So it's pros and cons. But look, we'll see, we'll hope we'll be alright. Seems to work out every year. We live in hope. We'll hope for the best. Now Pops, away, away, away. So this is a smaller batch here. These are the oranges. I really could do with a pen on this side of the road. Some kind of a handling system, because a bit of shuffling to try and move sheep around. But look, it's not the end of the world. It's not too often I have to do this. Come on Pops, away, away, away. Here, away, here, away, here, here. No, here, here, away, away, away. Good dog. Away, good dog. That's it. This boy is pretty much everything covered as well. One there not covered. Come by Pops, come by. Good dog. She's still a little reliable dog. A good dog, Pops. So Meg just, look, she does know her lefts and her rights, and she will lie down and she will stop, which is great. But that outrun to go around the back of sheep, we just haven't that perfected yet. But she will work really well with Pops. But because we're tight for time, just said we'd leave her for now. Going to try and bring her out a bit more though. But in a bit, I will give you a look at the other Meg in action. Okay, Robbie! Just give Robbie the shout. A bit of a warning here that he can get the gate pulled over. They don't hang about. You see, they're kind of inclined to move towards the gate at high speed. Some of these sheep quite dirty. Not sure what that'll be at this time of year. Here, lie down. Lie down. That's it. Lovely. Jump. Good dog. Now, we'll just get this lad in here. Hey, big sheep. Come on. I'll do, Pops. I'll let some of these back. And hopefully not the ram. Make it a bit more space. Pretty much all covered up. We'll leave a few in here just to keep them settled. No, lovely job. So this is the lad from Ballymena. He is looking well. Look at that for a stance. He is some shape. Easy knowing he was a show shape. He knows how to stand proud. But the real test will be lambing time. We'll see how he goes. Definitely work covered here anyway. We'll get these hoggets. Come on, away Pops, away. Come on, away. Oh, and Pops, that's the dog. So the problem here is 58 sheep. You'll see some of the yellows are gone quite faint on this lad here. But doesn't look to be that many that hasn't actually been covered. How are you, Lala? No, I have no time for tea. Now, we have a few of these gone the wrong way. We should get them back in. Come on, Pops. Come on, in you go. So these are some of the hoggets. Yeah, Pops, come here, come here. Come on, come here. Here. That's it. I have to go around the back of the gate. Anyway, we're in now. With them in, Robbie, that's it. So this is the batch of hoggets that I kept for myself. 58 hoggets. The ones that did not make it to Roscommon, the keepers I'm calling them, plus the ram from Ballymena. So as you can see, he knows how to show himself off. He's a fair sheep, but pretty much every one of these have been covered, thankfully. There's one there that hasn't. Even that one has a faint mark on her. That one there hasn't, that one hasn't. There's a few that haven't, but these are the ones that the ram lamb was in with. So hopefully there's not too many of them, because ones that haven't been covered will obviously be lambing a little bit earlier, carrying to that ram lamb. But I don't think there's too many of them. I'm hoping there's not anyway. Here's the ram here. I'll just try and get him in here now. That's the job. That's for the faint hand. No. Ah. So you know he was handled a bit this by. He's pretty quiet. You'll see there's not much wrestling involved with this lad compared to, we'd say, the wilder lad that was in the shed earlier. So he's been busy though. He has the vast majority of these hoggets covered. I'd say there's maybe, I would say there's only maybe 5 or 6 that haven't a mark on them at some stage. Yeah, probably. So we'll see. But this is the candidate for a load of repeats because he's been working hard. There's more of a chance of repeats. And when I was starting out, I remember one year I had 2 rams, and one ram went to 65 ewes and the other ram went to 92. And the lamb went on a little bit into the 4th week. So the problem is they will cover them all, but it just stretches out the lambing. You can't beat a bit of ram power for compacting the lambing a little bit. Last year was probably the first year I realised that I had no batches with over 60 sheep. I think 55 was the biggest, and 90% of the lambing was done in the first cycle. So the rams had been really busy. And when you look at the markings this year too, the vast majority of them are covered. I'm not saying they're all going to be in lamb, but they're covered anyway. How big bite. Out you go. You can do, Robbie, yeah. Come on, out you go. These hoggets are in super condition, if not too good. That was the general consensus from a lot of people. Body condition is hard to get right. You can have them a little bit too fat, but the hoggets are pretty nice. They're in good nick now. Right, get these hoggets back over next. Shh, come on, out you go. Come on, shh, shh, shh. Come on, out you go. Shh, shh. Come on, something spooked him there. Look at that boy. He's a beaut of a sheep. I'm really happy with him. Come on, out you go. That's it. Lovely job. Come by. Now, so this is the other batch of sheep with the ram. This is the last batch. So this is the ram that wasn't that. He's not particularly strong. He's not the biggest brute of a sheep, but again, you don't know what you have till lambing time, or even better again, when you lamb their sheep down, you'll know what you have then. That's the best time to know what you have. I recall buying a really nice ram. Gave good money from at the time, probably about 4, maybe 5 years ago now, and he was a serious looking sheep. A little bit too much muscle probably for a clin, and when I lambed him down, his offspring didn't have any interest in licking their lambs, and practically didn't have enough milk to rear 2 lambs. So he went to the factory, and everything belonging to him went to the factory. Just totally unsuitable for my system, and not just a bad version of a clean. So he went, everything belonging to him went. So look, you never know what you have till the sheep lamb down. Now you go out to your road, Robbie, and I'll run them across. Just pull your gates across, same crack. Good dog. They're coming, Robbie! You lucky enough to nab this lad? Oh. Got him. Oh yeah, go back! Oh jeez. Can't beat a good wrestling match. Yeah. Get the sweat up in you. Now, as I was saying, he is not the best done ram I've ever seen. Not a great body condition, but he wasn't pushed. I know he wasn't pushed, so look, I'm sure this time next year when we look at him, he'll be a different looking sheep. He'll fill out. Lad, we'll get him out here. There we go. We'll get these back to the field. Here, Pops, here. Lie down, stay. Go on down the road a bit, Robbie. Just trying something adventurous here. This is the awkward spot I do often talk about. Trying to get sheep out of that field is difficult, especially if you have sheep in this field. Trying to get them back in there. I think we'll walk it. Shh, come on, in you go. Shh, up. There we go. Come on, Pops, bring them on. Shh. That's it. Lovely job. Shh. Great job. Okay. So the main man has just gone for this last batch here. This is it. We'll get these out, and we are at it here. Come on. That's it. So that's definitely one repeat. Maybe not. There's no yellow on her, so maybe she's one of just starting to come into cycle. Lovely job. There you go. There's another one there, covered.
So instrumental in that attack. He's
Inside.
one hell of a season.
Dog.
For
She's late. That job took longer than expected.
Well, the staff was only getting back into it.
Ah, sure. You didn't do too bad now.
Yeah, when
You
you're
belong to a man on your own.
Oh, when you have a road crossing, you want.
Yeah. No, we've 8 rams raddle topped up. Good job. Good to get that done. The Cajun Queen. Jesus, somebody, you've been busy. What? Now we're just back here after getting the raddles changed and all the rams. Orly, you've been busy too. Yeah. You have been busy. You have 2 little helpers there. Great helpers, I'd say.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to put a couple of hurdles up to keep this pie away from the tree. Some looking job, Orla. Some job.
I had a harder day than you, I'd say.
You probably had. Yeah. You'll sleep tonight.
Yeah. You didn't fucking have a night like me last night.
Oh, what? Robbie? Why, what was Robbie out with you? That's life and down, dog. Yeah, Chevy, what? We were calling Robbie that we might put a bit of raddle on him.
Who took the part of it?
Isn't that it, Orla? Life and down, dog, yes.
That just made me violently ill.
Yeah. Anyway, that's some tree, Orla. You're some woman, in fairness to you. You're not great at wrestling sheep, but you do a damn good Christmas tree. I give you that much. I give you that much.
Yeah.
Yes. Very nice, Orla. Very nice. Now, you want
Utility.
Siobhan, you're affecting my shot here. Jesus Christ. See, I have a tough life of it here with these women. Morning here, Orla, we talk of this utility.
David, I haven't even brushed your hair.
You look beautiful, come on. Now, the last time we were in here, Orla was giving out, there wasn't much done, but as you can see, I've been busy.
You have done an hour's work.
Well,
An hour's work.
it was a busy hour though.
See what you can do if you actually just do it.
Well, I might do another hour. We're nearly ready for slabbing, Robbie. Huh? Yeah. Happy again a happy wife. That is it for today's video. We're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Lovely, great job. Oh Jesus, he's on the thing again.